back the 5-minute private tarot readings in my Etsy shop. They are $10 USD for a 5-minute private reading with me. Delivery is guaranteed within 24 hours of purchase. So if you've been looking for a more affordable option to try me out as a private reader, or if you have a question that you just really want some quick guidance on, I highly recommend checking out the 5-minute reading listing. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing really well, and I'll talk to you later. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Brook Waldorf. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Pick a Card tarot reading. So today I wanted to go a little bit simple and mysterious, if you will. So for the question or the theme or what we're doing for today's reading, I wanted to do just whatever messages you're meant to hear today. So it could be anything, any area of life. I haven't filmed the readings yet, so I don't even know. We're gonna find out together as we go through the reading. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. Whatever messages you're meant to hear today. So why don't we go ahead and dive right in? I will show you a close-up of each group in just a minute. As you're choosing your group, use your intuition to choose whichever group or groups you're feeling particularly drawn to. You can always choose more than one. Timestamps will be in the description below as always. And our groups are Group 1, Iida, Group 2, Toga, and finally Group 3, Izuku or Deku. And just keep in mind that this reading is for entertainment purposes, so please have fun with it. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, you can do so through my Etsy shop, which will be linked in the description below. That is the only way to purchase a private reading from me. I recently brought back the 5-minute readings, so if you're looking for a quick answer or a more affordable way to try me out as a private reader, highly recommend those. But anyway, why don't we just go ahead and dive right in with Group 1, Iida. All right, if you chose Group 1, Iida, this is gonna be your reading. So let's see what we got going on, Group 1. So what messages are you meant to hear today? Any messages for Group 1? All right, we've got the 7 of Cups, Princess of Swords. Okay, interesting. Ace of Pentacles. Group 1. What messages does Group 1 need to hear? 9 of Swords. And I believe that was the 6 of Swords. Yep. Okay, so let's get into it, and then we will pull some oracles later on. But let's see what we got going on for you guys, Group 1. All right, well, I see you worrying, which, like, who isn't these days, am I right? 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords. So 7 of Cups, this is that kind of energy of being really confused. It's like, I feel like you've been trying to, like, move your life along for a really long time. And I feel like you've been on that hero's journey of like, let me try this thing, try that thing, try this thing, try that thing. I think for a lot of you, this has to do mostly with career or like maybe something you're trying to turn into a career, like a hobby or a side business or something like that. So I definitely think that's going to be the majority of your reading most likely. So if that's already not resonating, you might want to choose another group. But basically, I'm getting that feeling of like you've been trying. And the Princess of Swords, I always call her my bright-eyed and bushy-tailed card, because for me, she feels like that energy of like starting college or like starting a new project or starting a new job. And it's like you feel like so excited. There's like those memes. I think it's usually, is it Rihanna? I feel like it's like a picture of Rihanna and it's like me on the first day at my new job and she's like all like glammed out and like smiling. And then there's a picture of her with like her hair is like a mess and she looks tired and it's like me like, a month in or whatever. Like that's kind of how I feel your guys' energy. Like I feel like you started something and you were so excited and so optimistic, and you thought like, yes, like this is the thing, this is gonna take off, this is gonna get me somewhere, this is gonna bring my dreams closer to reality. And then it's just like 3 months later, 6 months later, 2 years later, you're just like, I'm still like right here. Like what the hell? Like, and I think it's like your energy is starting to kind of like waver a little bit, but then you're also feeling like, no, but like I can't stop. Like if I stop, nothing's gonna happen. But I don't think that's the case. Six of Swords. So a lot of people have been getting this message in private readings lately. And I think it has to do with, as of right now, this is a timeless reading, but as you're watching it, you know, if you're watching this as I've posted it, we just like exited like eclipse season and Mercury retrograde and like all this other stuff going on like astrologically. So I think it makes sense. But a lot of people are getting the message of like surrender, go with the flow. The Six of Swords is letting go of anything that is not serving you. So it can be really hard because when we're stuck in this loop, right? Like you might be worrying about your finances. You might be worrying about, you know, bills. You might be worrying about just life in general and like feeling like other people are pulling ahead of you and like you're not getting anywhere. Like I see you definitely in that cycle, that Nine of Swords cycle of that kind of like never ending nightmare loop of like you're trying your hardest. You're doing everything that you feel like you can, but nothing's getting you anywhere. And it's like, well, I can't possibly like stop because if I stop, obviously nothing's going to happen. And I'm by no means telling you to just like stop, but I think there might be a lot of unnecessary like worries in your mind that if we can cut some of that out, I think that would be very beneficial. Six of Swords is heading to calmer waters. So I feel like you have the ability to head to calmer waters. And I think we need you to, right? So how do we do that? Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, right? This is a solid beginning. Ace of Pentacles kind of carries that message of whatever garden you water is the one that's going to grow. And I feel like your mind is a little bit scattered because again, it's like, I feel like you're trying like 7 different things when in reality it's like you should just be focusing on like one step. You know, don't like, this is definitely a time I feel like to surrender as much as you can and focus on what can I control. And if it's not in my control, as stressful as it is, let it go. Focus on what you can actually take action toward. Focus on what you can actually control and let everything else go. And I think you'll instantly start to feel at least a little bit like you can breathe, you know? Like the Six of Swords to me is kind of that card of like waiting to exhale and like finally you can just like like, geez, like I've been waiting to do that for like 6 years, you know what I mean? Or 6 months or whatever. So needing to kind of take a breath, needing to surrender, needing to, again, sail away from anything that is not serving you. Again, if you've been trying, I'm trying to think of like an example, but like if you've been trying to get a job with a particular company and you've been like contacting them and applying to jobs and like, you know, you keep doing that, and it's not getting you anywhere, stop doing that. You know, take a step back and say to yourself, like, okay, like, what could I do differently? Maybe the Princess of Swords is a card of learning, so a learning journey. Maybe there's like an online course that I can take. Maybe there's something else that I can do to add to my resume so that when the next time I apply, I actually get noticed. Or something like that, right? It doesn't have to be that exact example, but or if you're trying to like start like social media, if you're trying to start like a YouTube channel or, you know, TikTok or something, maybe the content you've been posting just hasn't been working because maybe that's not the exact content you're meant to post. Maybe you need to, again, the Seven of Cups can be like exploring different options. Seven of Cups is all about embracing failure because failure gets us on the right path. We learn, we grow, we get to where we need to go. I swear to God, I shot my intro like 20 times because I kept rhyming and it was pissing me off. And there you go. I can't escape my Dr. Seussness at 6 o'clock in the morning, apparently. But yeah, let's teach you guys some oracles. Let's see what else we got going on. So any other messages for group 1? What messages do you need to hear? Okay, pretty sure that was the serendipity card, and I'm also pretty sure I have no idea where it went. Oh, there it is. I found it. It was. Wow. Number 18, serendipity. This card does not come out very often, so very nice. Let's see what else. Group 1. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. There you go. 9 of Swords. Work through your fears. And why don't we try... some of these are a little bit weird. You know, it's a classic Doreen Virtue deck, but it's actually... I've been using it in private readings, and they've been pretty on point for the most part. So let's see what we got for group 1. Whoop. All right, the card that flew on the ground that I'm just going to ignore is teamwork. So working with others. So that could be a message for some of you guys. Maybe that's part of why you're kind of stuck on the wheel and nothing's really moving forward, because maybe you need to reach out to other people. Boom. That one makes sense. Believe in yourself. See yourself doing well, and you will. Okay, beautiful. Love it. Yeah, I think there's fear holding you back. I think that's why you're stuck in the loop. I don't think you're stuck in this loop because, like, you're not trying. Like, obviously you're trying. Like, you're absolutely trying, but it's more of an energetic thing. There's like an energetic shift that needs to happen within you. You will head to calmer waters. You will get to where you want to be if you work through what's holding you back, that 9 of Swords energy. So working through your fears. If you believe in yourself, that's what's going to bring in divine timing, right? We hear about divine timing, you know, all the time. And like, I would always go through these phases where I would try to like predict the divine timing of things in my life, because it's like, oh, I'm seeing all these numbers, and maybe this number means, you know, maybe I'm seeing the number 6 because of the month of June, you know, or you know what I mean? Like things like that. But in reality, divine timing is not like a preordained like date. It's not like, oh, all your dreams are coming true on June 15th. It's like, the divine timing has to do with us. It has to do with our karma. It has to do with us learning lessons. It has to do with when do we get our energy and our mindset where it needs to be. I know you've been through a tough time. I know you've been through a rough patch. I know you've been trying, and it just seems pointless because nothing you do is working and nothing you do is getting you anywhere. But that's not because you're not worthy. It's because you don't believe that you're worthy. Does that make sense? That's what's going to kick in, that serendipity, that right place, right time, that divine timing, that magic, that good luck, you know, right? Like that's what's going to kick it in. Not because like, oh, there's some date where this is destined to happen. It's all about your mindset. It's all about working through those fears, believing in yourself, and controlling what you can control, and surrendering and releasing everything else, taking it day by day and letting the magic happen. Don't try to control or force things. Now is the time to kind of take a step back and kind of let things unfold. Very interesting. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to do tea leaf. Yeah, let's just do that next. Okay. All right. Tea leaf messages for group 1. Hey, bird flying. News is on the way. All right. Oh my God, love it. Rainbow, which I was going to say, there's a rainbow right here. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling of like the 7 of Cups can be over today. That frustrating, that feeling of I'm a failure, nothing goes my way, like that can be over right now. It's all just about your mindset. So the hardest part is over. The most difficult part is over. There's positive news on the horizon as long as you can let go. Haystack, karma. You will reap what you've sown. I feel like that always sounds like so ominous, but it goes both ways, right? If you've been putting in the work, if you've been putting in the like emotional work, spiritual work, physical work, etc., you're going to receive your karma. Karma, the thing about karma, she takes her sweet ass time. You know what I mean? Like, and that goes for both good karma and bad karma. Like, you ever feel like you watch someone just like continuously be a total jackass and you're like, God, when is karma gonna get that person? And like years can go by, but she'll get them. Like, it'll happen. It just, karma gives you lots of time and lots of chances to correct your behavior before she gets you. And the same goes for good karma. Is it's like sometimes you really feel like you've been through I'm imagining like Winona Ryder at the end of It's Heathers, right? I'm pretty sure, where it's like she's got like soot all over her face, and then I think she's got like a cigarette in her mouth, and her hair's all like messed up, and like it's like that's where I feel like you're at right now, that kind of vibe. And it's like sometimes, you know, to get that good karma, you kind of got to go through hell and back, and you got to go through a lot of growth and a lot of lessons and a lot of bullshit before you finally get it, even though you deserve it the whole time. But like, again, she just takes her sweet time. So just trust that your karma is coming. If you've been putting in the work, it's going to be good stuff. The most difficult part of the situation is over. You got news on the horizon. We got more birds. We got owl. Good advice from a wise person. Maybe there's somebody in your life that you can ask for some advice. And maybe they'll give you, like, I feel like the advice would be very simple. That's just the vibe I'm getting in my mind, is like somebody telling you something and you being like, why did I not think of that myself? Like 9 months ago. Like, are you kidding me? Like, but everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens how and when it's supposed to. All right, group 1. What messages do you need to hear today? All right, boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. Well, we love a good windfall. Maybe that's what your karma is. Maybe you're going to get that big windfall all of a sudden. Well, it's like with the rainbow imagery, right? It's like all of a sudden, you know, I mean, a rainbow comes after a storm, right? So it's like all of a sudden the clouds part, the rain is gone, there's a beautiful rainbow, and all of a sudden everything just starts flowing. Again, being in the flow helps you receive. So I think for you guys, it's just really important to be more receptive and take a breather, take a break. If you need to take a break, take a break. I just feel like you've been like on the hamster wheel forever and you're burnt out and you're exhausted. But like, again, it's like you feel like you can't stop because like, well, if I stop, like nothing's gonna happen. And in reality, it's like, that's exactly when things are gonna happen, is if you just take a breather, take a break, you'll bring in some clarity. And then you'll get advice from a wise person, and then you'll be able to move forward a little bit more focused with that Ace of Pentacles energy. But working through your fears is like the utmost important thing for you guys right now. I feel like believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, working through your fears, taking a little bit of a step back, taking a breather. I think that's kind of the main advice for you. And that's going to bring in, again, that serendipitous. And the serendipity might even be this advice. You might hear some advice in like a YouTube video, or it might be you overhear someone talking. It might not even be that you're seeking out any advice. It might just be that like you overhear it somehow, and it's like, oh my God, that was serendipitous. You know what I mean? So yeah. But anyways, group 1, that's going to do it for you. Thank you so much for watching this reading. I really appreciate you. Again, if you'd like to get a private reading with me, you can do so through my Etsy shop. Also, not going to do like an outro podcast, but I will do a short outro. But I did recently do an update, a life updates video. So I'll link that as well if you're interested, if you want to watch that. If not, totally cool. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will hopefully see you in the next one. All right, if you chose group 2 Toga, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in. What messages are you meant to hear today? Group 2. What messages is group 2 meant to hear? All right, we are starting out with the 3 of Swords. The Moon, okay. A little bit of heavy energy for you guys starting out. Let's see what else we got. Group 2, messages for group 2. Wow, okay, well, I would say a lot of you guys have probably recently gone through some sort of breakup. Could be romantic, could be friendship, could be family, could be career. This is a general reading, so take what resonates. Doesn't have to be romantic, because I know we typically think romance when we think breakup, but it doesn't have to be. It could be any sort of breakup where you walked away, or someone walked away from you, or you walked away from each other. So some sort of mystery, maybe you're not fully understanding like why this happened. Well, it's for everyone's greater good. There you go. The Magician. Let's get one more. And group 1 also got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, So we're going to get into this, and then we will pull some oracles, whatever oracles I feel drawn to for you guys later on. But yeah, so this is a blessing in disguise. Now, that's not to invalidate, of course, anybody's feelings, because the Three of Swords and the Moon, like, ouch, what a combo. You know, that's like, the Moon is all about our subconscious fears, you know, our emotions. It's Pisces energy, water energy. So there's a lot of, like, sensitivity there, a lot of deep feelings and emotions. Here's what I think. Here's what I'm getting. Of course, everything happens for a reason, right? What is the reasoning behind this? I think you guys have gone through, again, some sort of breakup. Like I said, doesn't have to be romantic. It could be any type of breakup. And I feel like you might be left with questions as to why. And I feel like this is a pattern to be broken, because we've got the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. So we've got two number ones right here after this. So we've got this fresh new energy, new beginning energy. Ace of Pentacles in particular is a solid foundation. Like, you're starting from a solid place if you can work through this. Now, how do you work through this? You got to go deep. You got to sit there with yourself. And of course, however you want to do this. For me, I like to talk to myself. I'm an only child, so I just really enjoy talking to myself. And I'm a Scorpio, so I love diving deep into my own psyche, like a freak. But if this is with a professional, a friend, by yourself, whatever, you know, however it works for you, you need to address your feelings, and you need to address, like, why is this happening? Because I feel like this is a pattern. I feel like this could be, I mean, it could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but it just feels like you are attracting a similar type of person. So it could be that you keep attracting people who are emotionally unavailable, or you keep attracting people who aren't trustworthy because you have trust issues, or you could have abandonment issues and you keep attracting people who abandon you. But it's not, okay, I'm attracting these people that, you know, I can't trust, or these people that abandon me. It's, why are they doing this? It's because there's something within. There's some belief, there's something that needs to be addressed, that is like a deep-seated something within you. I feel like this one might be particularly, like, painful. This breakup, whatever this breakup is, might be more painful than previous ones. And again, I think that's because the universe, your guides, etc., are really trying to get you to break the cycle. So they're making it like you can't ignore this one. You know what I mean? Like, maybe in the past you've kind of swept stuff under the rug and you've just, like, moved on really quickly. But this time they're like, no, like, you're going to sit with your emotions. We're going to make you deal with this because you don't want to go through this again. And I kind of think that's where the point that you're at is, like, I don't want to go through this again. Like, I want to figure out, what is it within me, my mindset, my beliefs, my energy, etc. What is it within me that is causing this cycle to continuously repeat, right? So, Eight of Cups, this is the only card with an eclipse on it, and we just exited eclipse season. So, we just had a full moon in Scorpio as well very recently, and this is very Scorpio vibes. I think I've heard people say this is a Pisces card, and I'm like, literally, how? Scorpios are the one that, like, peace out. Like, Scorpios are the ones that cut people out with no problem. Like, so very Scorpio vibes. This is walking the path to the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card, which we have manifestation right here. So this is actually, again, this is a blessing in disguise if you do what you need to do. Again, if you just sweep stuff under the rug and don't feel your feelings and just ignore it and keep it moving, then it's not going to work out, right? You're not doing what you're supposed to do, right? So again, you have to sit with your feelings. That, like I said, that moon is all about going deep within. This is all about, again, the fears that we want to keep hidden from ourselves and others, that we don't want to address because it's painful. But to get to the other side of things and to have your dreams come true and to attract the right people into your life, like, you have to heal yourself. You have to figure out, what is this at my core that's, like, causing this cycle to repeat. So I think you have, like, a really beautiful opportunity to actually move forward. Now, is it going to be a little bit painful? Yes, the Eight of Cups is very melancholy. It can feel very lonely, But in order to be strong and confident, you have to be independent. Like, if there's anything I've learned in life, that's it. That's the only thing. No, actually, I've learned a lot of things, like how to, take care of my own car and lots of things I didn't think I would learn. But yeah, independence, just like true emotional independence is the way to really learn. So if you've been through a breakup and you're like thinking, okay, I got to get back on the apps immediately, maybe take a pause. Maybe don't do that. If it was a friendship or, or a family member, or anything like any kind of relationship, and you're thinking like, okay, let me like self-medicate with whatever my thing is, shopping, drinking, eating, whatever it may be. Again, maybe take a pause on that. Maybe don't do that. It's going to be uncomfortable, but that's life. Sometimes you have to be uncomfortable. The only way to evolve, the only way to grow, the only way to bring in what you want is by being uncomfortable. So, yeah. So that's what I think you guys are in for. But again, to kind of end on a positive note before we get your oracles, Magician, this is all about manifestation. You have to be in the energy of what you want to receive it, and you are currently not in the energy of what you want. You're going through this as an opportunity to level up, as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity to build up your confidence and your self-love. Might not feel like it right now, but there's a reason that the phoenix rises from the ashes. You know what I mean? The phoenix doesn't just like poof appear out of nowhere like, hey, I'm a beautiful, amazing phoenix. It's like, no, you have to go through hell first, right? So this is the path. You are setting that solid foundation. And this is the path to, again, get you to that where you need to be to match what it is that you want to manifest. Whether that's, relationships or anything, career, finances, anything. So let's get some oracles. I will pull you guys a couple romantic messages too, just for those of you where this might have been a romantic situation. But let's get group 2, some oracles. Yeah, perfect. Come to the edge. Yep, number 36, come to the edge. I think I might actually read that one to you from the book. I really like how they worded this particular card. But let's see, group 2. Any relationship messages, romantic messages? What does group 2 need to know right now? Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, again, I think that's your default, is you want to control. You want to control your emotions. So it's like, okay, I'm going to start exercising every single day so I don't think, or I'm going to just start eating a lot of comfort food so that I don't think, or I'm just going to go shopping like crazy, which like, who's doing that right now? I don't know. Like that was more of a default before the economy went in the crapper, but you know what I mean? It's like, again, I just keep getting this feeling of like, you really need to sit with this. Like, do not self-medicate. Do not, again, like don't try to like control how you're feeling. Like I feel like you guys really need to sit with how you're feeling. That makes sense actually, your inner child. I think again, for a lot of you, this could be something very deep seated. Like it could be something from your childhood or just from years ago, if it wasn't necessarily childhood, but maybe it was like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But yeah, letting go of control issues. And some of you, maybe that's why this person exited your life. Again, that's probably like a smaller portion, but I just felt like saying that message there, that maybe some of you have control issues and maybe you come across as very controlling. And that's why, like, especially if you've had like multiple people exit your life, not just like, oh, a romantic relationship. Like maybe you've had a couple friends, maybe people have been really weird and distant with you lately. Like maybe there's a little bit of control issues there. Okay. Release attachments. Okay. Which is very similar to both of these cards, actually. Let go of unhealthy attachments and connections that no longer serve you. Release the past so new doors can open. Hello. This is a period to get in touch with your inner strength. Absolutely. And reclaim your personal power. Move forward to be free. Endings always bring new beginnings. Yes. Okay. Let's read this one together. This is number 36. Come to the edge. Courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Okay. So we have facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. Again, that's that Eight of Cups energy. And the moon too. The moon is the unknown, jumping into the unknown. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that's not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. Beautiful. Okay, so all three of these cards I feel like are just absolutely perfect for your reading. Letting go, right? Jumping into the unknown, letting go of this person, letting go of the situation, letting go of your wall that you've built up, releasing attachments. You know, I feel like this relationship was not healthy for either of you, and I think one or both of you, whoever walked away, I think realized that. It might have been, you might have been the one that walked away, you know, you might have been the one that realized that. But I feel like one or both of you realized that this connection wasn't healthy, and that's why it ended. And I feel like that's exactly where you're supposed to be. I just feel like the connection wasn't healthy anymore. It was time to release it. It was time to close that door. Now it's time to find your inner strength, your personal power. It's not going to be a quick journey. It's not going to be an easy journey. That Ace of Pentacles is an energy that is always successful, but it takes time and it takes effort. The Ace of Pentacles is the message of whatever garden you want to grow is the one you need to water. So if you water it, it will grow. And that garden needs to be you, like your personal power, your confidence, your self-love, your strength. You need to put the time and the effort into yourself. And by doing so, you will become a vibrational match for the things that you want. And this relationship was never going to allow you to get to this place. So, all right, anyway, group 2. Messages for group 2. We have broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So again, I feel like if there's any hope that like, well, maybe they'll come back around, or maybe we'll get back together, or maybe we can like, you know, still be friends, or, you know, or whatever this may be. I just feel like it's a broken bridge. It's not meant to happen. It served its purpose. It is still serving its purpose, but there you go, butterfly, a change for the better. So this is going to be for the best. Like I said, it's not going to seem like it right now. You know, when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it becomes soup first, you know. Again, the phoenix is in the ashes before it rises again, you know. So I think you're kind of in that stage right now where you're really in the thick of it. And I'm not telling you you're going to be a butterfly tomorrow. You're going to be a butterfly a couple of years from now, or a year from now, or 6 months from now. It's not going to be tomorrow. But if you put in that effort, you're one day closer, right? Again, this is definitely for your greater good. Okay, we have carrot, opportunity or windfall. This one has actually, again, not surprised, as again, this is a timeless reading, but at the time of me filming this and posting this, we've like just exited eclipse season. And this is a card that's been popping out a lot in private readings. Again, we just had eclipse season, retrograde, full moon in Scorpio. So like, I'm not surprised, but this card keeps coming out and it's perfect for your reading. Casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. That 3 of Swords, that 8 of Cups. Again, this is meant to happen. And again, going through the metamorphosis, going through this transformation, jumping into the unknown, releasing this person, releasing, again, your feelings and like, why does this keep happening to me? That's bringing in opportunity. That's bringing in windfall. It's bringing in a change for the better. All right, group 2. What does group 2 need to hear today? Okay, also, like, I have earplugs in. I just heard a loud-ass thump. My upstairs neighbor is a jackass, so if you've been hearing noises, I'm sorry. I have earplugs in because otherwise I would go insane. So, sorry about that. All right, pale. There you go. Are you kidding me? Time to get out of a situation. There you go, pale. Time to get out of a situation. So it's time to get out. If you are still in this connection, this relationship, again, whether it's a work relationship, you know, love, friendship, whatever, if you're still in it, it's time to get out and you know it. The 8 of Cups is all about walking away from something that's not serving you. Something is no longer healthy. It's on the verge of probably turning toxic if you stay much longer. And I think you know that deep down. But this is like, it's time. It's time to move on. It's time to start fresh. It's time to, again, deal with why does this cycle keep repeating itself so that you can move forward in that fresh energy and actually get what you want instead of repeating this lesson again. So anyways, group 2, that's going to do it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I did do a life updates video, so I'm not going to be doing an outro podcast. I'll do like a short little outro. But I'm not doing an outro podcast. If you're interested, I'll link that video below. I will also link my Etsy shop if you're interested in a private reading. Don't forget, 5-minute readings are back. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. All right, if you chose our final group, group 3, Izuku or Deku, this is going to be your reading. All right, group 3. What messages does group 3 need to hear today? All right, we are starting out with the Magician. Group 3, what messages? Ooh, Knight of Cups. Okay, could be romance. Could just be some good news coming in. Something that you're manifesting. Okay, so I don't take reversals, but I will just say that the way that that 5 of Cups came out, it made me feel like you're exiting this energy. We'll get into it, but let's finish getting your cards. All right, group 3, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you've had some clarity. And 10 of Pentacles. And I didn't do this for anybody else, but I just happened to notice 2 of Wands at the bottom. Let's chat about the 2 of Wands. Oh, and the Moon underneath. You're jumping into the unknown. I feel like you're ready. I just feel like you're ready for change. You're in that right mindset. You're like, ooh. Okay, let me be real with you. The other 2 groups were like a little bit heavy. They were definitely like going through it. You guys, I think you've been through it, and I think you're starting to come out the other side. And like, thank God. Love to see it. Okay, let's chat about this for a second, and then we'll get into everything. So 2 of Wands. This is one of my favorite energies, to be quite honest. I love the 2 of Wands. This is like that feeling of anticipation. I always compare it, if you've ever gotten a private reading from me, or if you've watched enough of my YouTube videos, there's a chance you've heard me say this. But it always reminds me of the song Something's Coming from West Side Story. I'll link it down below, actually, because I want you to listen to it. Because that's the vibe of your reading. And I'm so happy because, like I said, the other 2 groups were kind of heavy. But this one is like, yes, this is like the cherry on top, you know, this is the light at the end of the tunnel, this group. So it always makes me think of that song where basically like the male lead is singing about like, he feels an energy shift. He feels like that feeling of like, ooh, like the air is different. Something feels magical. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know when it's going to happen, but like, I can feel it. You know, it's that energy of like detachment, right? Like you feel your manifestation coming. And of course, you know, later that evening, he meets the love of his life very serendipitously and, you know, whatever. So like, that's the vibe of the 2 of Wands. So I love it. This is a card of optimism. It's a crossroad. Like you're shifting into a new dimension. I don't know. That just popped into my head. Like, sounds like, you know, a little hokey, but that's the vibe. So love it. Again, I'll link the song in the description. You should listen to it. Anyway. Yeah, I think you've got manifestations starting to come in. 5 of Cups. This is an energy of disappointment. And it is very, very easy to get stuck in that cycle of the 5 of Cups energy of like, woe is me. It's very like, can be very kind of victimizing yourself and crying over spilt milk and, oh my God, this one situation didn't work out. And then you get like stuck on it. And it's like, okay, but like the situation didn't work out because you have something better coming. Like, for the love of God, like let it go, you know? I'm a queen of getting stuck in that energy. So it's very easy to get stuck in that 5 of Cups and just be disappointed and be stuck on that loop and like, woe is me. Like, why does this keep happening? Like, but you've done it. I feel like you've been through that. I feel like you've been going through that for a long time, but something is different now. Your mindset is different. Your vibe is different. The energy is different. You're feeling it because you've got that Ace of Swords. You've had clarity. You've had epiphanies. The Ace of Swords can also be kind of like cutting things out. And it's funny because group 1 had the 6 of Swords. Group 2 had the 8 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Like both groups 1 and 2 had messages of like things ending and like things need to end and you need to go in a new direction. And I feel like for you guys, you've already done that. Like you're already at that place where like, okay, maybe some relationships have not survived over the last couple of years. Maybe you've switched jobs, you know, maybe you've cut out unhealthy habits or mindsets or, you know, anything. I feel like you guys have already done that. I feel like you've already been through the grieving process, and I feel like you're having a lot of clarity and epiphanies, and you're realizing like, damn, like I did that. Like I that was hard, but I did it and I'm on the right path. This can also represent communication, which is very interesting with your Knight of Cups. I will definitely pull you guys a couple romantic messages. This doesn't have to be romantic energy. The Knight of Cups can just signify good news, something that's very emotionally fulfilling, some sort of manifestation. So if it's not love, it's not love. But if you're manifesting love, I would say it's a possibility that you're getting pretty close, you know, that this could be happening any day now, honestly, because the Knight of Cups in romance is like that knight in shining armor, that prince or princess charming kind of energy, right? Which now immediately I've got Fiona from Shrek in my head when Shrek is like flipping through her like childhood diary or whatever. Mrs. Fiona Charming. But like that's what this feels like. This is like that like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this person my whole life kind of energy. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, you know, if this is like a career connection or something like that, it could also be that. But yeah, magician, manifestation, right? This is all about taking guided action and releasing any other control to the universe. And I think you're in that headspace. I think you've been through those cycles of like, I need to do this and that and the other thing. I need to put in all this work. And like, I think you've done that. And I think you've gotten to that point where, again, you've had that epiphany and you've realized that doesn't get me anywhere. Like, it's all about guided action and surrendering. It's that combination of do what you can, release anything that you can't control. And I think you've done a really good job of that. 10 of Pentacles, yeah, you've got stability coming in. Again, if this is a relationship, this is like the best card you can get romantically. The 10 of Pentacles is that like lifelong bond, you know, that soulmate energy where you just love each other. You both put in equal work for each other. It's financial stability, emotional stability. It's that kind of like leave a legacy energy. It's happy family energy. It's just really just good, solidified energy overall in your life. So again, if you're manifesting maybe a better job, that could be what this is for some of you. Again, it could be that partner, because let's face it, especially in this day and age, like it's hard being a single person financially. Like so many times I'm like, damn, I could have moved somewhere that I'd be so much happier if I just had a boyfriend. Like if I just had someone that I could share rent with, I would be so much happier. So it could be, you know, it could be a lot of things. This could be moving into a new home. This could be a new job coming in, increased finances coming in. This could be, again, the increased finances could be through manifesting your soulmate and, you know, manifesting true love. So there's a lot of things that it could be, because obviously this is a general reading, but I see positive communication. I see beautiful manifestations coming in, stability coming in. And again, all the hard work that you have put in, for some of you guys, it's likely been years, you know, all that hard work you've put in is finally paying off and it's finally manifesting into your reality. And my advice would be to just keep doing what you're doing until this happens. Control what you can, release what you can't, you know, take guided action and surrender the rest, and just stay in that mindset and just keep believing. Again, that 2 of Wands energy, right? Keep believing, stay optimistic, keep trusting the universe. That something's coming energy. All right, group 3, we've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I mean, look at this imagery. This is like very romantic. So if you are manifesting love, ooh, it is definitely going to be a very romantic connection. That Knight of Cups is very romantic. But again, romantic feelings, romance can also be for life, you know, like romantic feelings towards, you know, this new job or the new place that you're moving into, this new phase of life, etc. So again, it doesn't have to be romantic love if you're not manifesting that. Excuse me. But I think for a lot of you, it is going to be romantic love. So let's see. What else does group 3 need to know? All right, we have forgiveness. Your heart needs to be well, there you go, 5 of Cups. Your heart needs to be in the communication of forgiveness. Fully forgive yourself and others. Let go of self-blame and guilt. Forgiveness will allow you to move forward and heal. It will create more space for love in your life. Well, I feel like that's what you've done. But I feel like this is just a reminder that if there's any moments that you feel yourself sliding back and you start feeling guilty about, breaking up with that person or ending that friendship or cutting that person out of your life, if you feel any guilt towards that, just remember everything happens for a reason for both people, not just you, for them as well. And everything happened exactly how it was supposed to, how it should, for both of your greater good, right? And also if someone has hurt you, if you've been hurt in the past and you had a hard time letting go of it, again, forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. It's not to absolve them from what they did, but it's so that you can move on. So I think you guys have done that, but just remember that, don't slide back into that 5 of Cups energy, because there you go. Number 24, focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. Yeah, look for the good in everyone. Look for the lesson in every situation. Like I said, if you feel yourselves kind of sliding backward, don't. All right. All right, let's get one of these for group 3. What does group 3 need to know? Number 32, here and now. Yeah, again, the Magician, manifestation, detachment. Like I said, you have that something's coming energy. Lean into that. Trust that. If you feel yourself trying to control something that is not in your control, again, if you're manifesting love and you're like, well, nothing's happening, maybe I should just get on the apps. Like, do not do that. If your intuition is telling you to do that, sure, go ahead. But if it's not your intuition, and you'll know the difference. If it's just you trying to force something to happen and trying to control something, don't. Just, again, surrender. Stay in the moment. Let things unfold. Because I feel like this is going to be a very serendipitous meeting. In fact, you know what? Let's do How Will You Meet? And I'm also going to pull you a Sailor Moon Major Arcana to go along with that. And then we'll do your tea leaf oracles. So whatever this connection is, again, if it's romance, if it's friendship, if it's business, again, for most of you, I think this is romance. But how are you going to meet this person? Maybe I'll pull when too. All right, how are you going to meet this person? Group 3. Okay, we have, while doing something out of your comfort zone, possibly traveling or a new job. Okay, very interesting. So again, I feel like that here and now energy, that need to just be present. I feel like you might be doing something out of your comfort zone. You might be traveling, you might be starting something new. And because of that, you're detached, right? Maybe there's a level of detachment because you're focusing on something else. You're not focusing on when am I going to meet them? When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? Because you're focused on something else. So let's just pull when. Group 3, when will you meet this person? Okay. While you're going through a tough time, that 5 of Cups, again, I think the thing is I think you've been through a tough time. I think things are, again, for you guys, I feel like they're starting to calm down, but it's still okay, yeah, I'm feeling happier and I'm feeling more confident. I'm feeling better about myself and I'm, trusting the universe a little bit more. However, I still think if you've been worried about your finances, I don't think that's changed yet. If you hate where you live and you want to move, I don't think that's changed yet. Again, if you want love, you haven't found them yet. So I feel like you're still going through a tough time. You're just handling it better, if that makes sense. And again, with this communication, this knight in shining armor, manifestation, money, stability, home, etc., I feel like this person is going to come in and everything's going to change. So they're going to end the rough patch. They're going to end that tough time. All right, let's get a Sailor Moon Major and then we'll move on to the Hermit. Okay. We got Sailor Mercury. We've got the Hermit. So, well, let's do one more. But the Hermit is all about soul searching, all about going within, spending time alone, which I think is what you've been doing. I think you've been in hermit mode and you might need to kind of continue to stay in hermit mode for just a little bit longer before this kind of bolt out of the blue communication comes in. So again, it's if you're getting a little bored, yeah, there you go, Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning because of the inner work that you've been doing. So again, it's like, I feel like if you're starting to like feel a little bored and like, if you're feeling bored and thus you're feeling the need to like control and like, I need to make this person come into my life, I need to find them, do something out of your comfort zone. Go on a weekend getaway, or go take a painting class, or go to a park and go hiking, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you guys are like, to me, what it feels like with group 3 is it feels like you're so close to everything happening. Like, don't sabotage, like don't ruin it, you know, don't, if you feel that urge to like control or force something, stop yourself, go do something, you know, fill your time, fill your mind. If you're starting to feel like lonely and I'm over being a hermit and when is this going to happen? Again, release, control, surrender. Again, maybe go do something fun, go do something you've always wanted to do, go do something that's out of your comfort zone. All right, let me get these out of the way, and then we're going to pull you guys some tea leaf, and then that's going to do it for your reading. All right, group 3. Oh, missed one. All right, group 3. What messages does group 3 need to hear? All right, we've got vulture and wall. Okay. Oh, and then eagle. Interesting. Another bird. All right, group 3. Jeez. Okay, that one's gone. I don't know what it was or where it went. Sorry. Wasn't meant to be. Unicorn. All right, well, let's look at these and then we'll pull a couple more. So we have wall, misunderstanding. We have vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone's against you. But then we have, check these out. We have eagle, triumph over troubles, obstacles, and unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Okay. This is making me feel like there's something you're misunderstanding. Like maybe you think someone's against you, or you're having anxiety about a situation that you don't really need to. Because even with the eagle, like I imagined it flying over the wall, like triumph over your troubles, your obstacles. It just flies right over that misunderstanding. So I think if there's any, it might even just be that like, I'm not feeling like this is a misunderstanding with like a person. That's not how I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it more so like a misunderstanding with the universe. Like maybe, again, like maybe something happens and you're like, but I thought all the magic was about to happen, and why is this stressful thing happening, and like da-da-da-da. But that's the wheel of fortune. You have to like, again, you have to learn, you have to grow, you have to pass the tests essentially. And so sometimes there's like little leftover messages, or there's little leftover tests that you have to go through. Okay, yeah, sorry, the one that fell on the ground, I will pick it up. It's apple. Temptation will test you. Yeah, I feel like it's the temptation to like give in to that anxiety and give in to that, like, again, the 5 of cups, that's what it is. You're going to be tempted. Your dreams are on the horizon. Like, especially if it's love, your dreams are on the horizon. However, it's not just like poof magic, they're going to pop in tomorrow. It's going to happen tomorrow, right? You're going to be tempted. You're going to be tested a little bit. You're going to have a misunderstanding, again, like with the universe on purpose. And it's going to tempt you to slide back into that 5 of cups. It's going to tempt you to slide back into that, why is this happening? Like, I thought I was done with this. I thought this was over. Like, don't do that. Just let it out. If you want to be annoyed for a minute, be annoyed for a minute. But then get it together and let it go. Because it's happening for a reason. Again, you're getting to the end of this journey. Let's get a couple more for you guys. Group 3. Okay. Group 3, final messages for group 3. All right, I'll grab that one and we'll do one more. All right. Okay, we have, ooh, this one's been coming out a lot. Box, you will receive a gift. I don't know like what that means, but everyone's been getting it lately in private readings. So could be the gift of true love, could be the gift of financial stability, the gift of moving, you know, maybe it's just, you know, whatever you're manifesting. We also have teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. And finally, dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. So we have friendship being very important here as well. So maybe confiding in somebody. Maybe if you're going through like a moment where you just really need a friend to talk to, like talk to that friend. But this could also be, again, that kind of energy of like, again, if you find yourself sliding into that 5 of Cups and you need to be more present, again, call up a friend, go hang out with a friend, go, grab some tea, grab a coffee, and just hang out for a little bit and get your mind off of things. So basically group 3, I feel like you guys are really close to your dreams come true, but there's definitely going to be a couple more little tests before you get there. And make sure you don't give in to the depression, the anxiety, and if you can do that, I think you got somebody really special on the horizon. But anyway, group 3, that's going to do it for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have a little short outro right after this if you would like to watch. I did do a life updates video as a separate video. If you're interested in watching that, I will link it in the description below. Also linked will be my Etsy shop if you're interested in a private reading. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. All right, you guys, that is going to do it for the reading today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for watching to the end. Sometimes I do like an outro podcast where I kind of give you an update on life, but I basically already did that in an on-camera video where I just gave life updates. So I will link that in the description below. I'll also link it at the end, like on the end card of the video. So if you're interested in watching that, feel free. If not, totally understand, no problem. But yeah, so I did that. That's a thing. You can watch that if you like. But yeah, I don't really think I have anything else to say in the outro. I will pull what I've been doing. My last handful of readings is just pulling some like special messages for whoever watches the outro, so some tea leaf messages. So we'll go ahead and pull a few of these for you guys right now. Remember, as always, my Etsy shop is linked in the description if you're interested in a private reading. I did bring back the 5-minute reading, so it is a more affordable option if you're looking to try me out as a private reader. There are also deliveries within 24 hours, so if you want a quick answer for a question, they're great for that as well. They're available Sunday through Thursday every week. You can follow me on Instagram to be notified when they're available. But yeah, so check out my Etsy shop if you would like, and check out my life updates video if you would like. And if you're new, please consider subscribing, and let's get your special messages. And then that's gonna do it. All right, so very interesting. We have a diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. We also have coins. Money will be coming to you. Dog barking, advice from a friend. And finally, family wishes come true. Very interesting. Okay, if you've made it all the way to the end, I think the only diamond emoji is like the diamond ring, right? Maybe pop the diamond ring in the comments below. Maybe let me know what your wish is that you want to come true, or what gift it is that you want to receive in the comments. I would love to know that. But yeah, I feel like it's been some rough times for everybody lately, but there's definitely a possibility. There's been a lot about gifts. That box tea leaf keeps coming out a lot, which is like receiving a gift or something like that. So there might be some sort of gift coming in. Maybe it's something connected to your family. Maybe it's like a vacation that you guys have always wanted to take, but you couldn't afford before, or it just never worked out before. It could be maybe you're all like moving somewhere together where you're going to be really happy, or maybe your family's just really happy for you because, something that you've been working towards is happening. And we've got advice from a friend as well. So maybe there's a friend in your life that can give you some advice as to how to get to this. But anyway, again, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, consider subscribing. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.